yn y brif adran Genero I Eva Suckley.
Os oedd rhywun ar Wrexham yn ei gol, Eva Suckley oedd yn wedi gwylltw'n galad.
The final score, Wrexham 3, Briton Ferry 0. Oh, I couldn't be at the game. I was so disappointed. So I was really looking forward to it. But I've watched it back. This was a performance, I'm telling you. Briton Ferry, the only unbeaten team left in the division. They're absolutely flying. We got on the wrong end of them second game of the season. They beat us 3-0. This really, as I'll explain, felt like a mirror image of that game because we started slowly and Briton Ferry took advantage. Boy, oh boy, did we do that in this match. I mean, this was impressive, and especially, Karen Allen again wasn't available as a skipper, so alongside Louis Shador, and again we've losing quality at the back. Brilliantly, Phoebe Davis was able to start the match, but we were very, very impressive. Now, in that last game, which felt emblematic of the start of the season, Briton Ferry really did catch us on the hop at the start. Their pressing was ferocious. They knew we wanted to pass the ball out from the back. We were lacking then players like Allen and Doran and Phoebe Davis, who can pass confidently out from the back. And they pressed us really effectively, and we didn't deal with it in the first 20 minutes. We dealt with it once we dropped Liv Fuller into a more central, deeper position, because she's very good on the ball. But by then, we were 2-0 down. Well, you sort of think, well, will Briton Ferry do that again? Will they just try and monster us from the start? They didn't get a chance, because I'm telling you, the way Wrexham started that game, I'm not saying it was revenge in their minds, but it was certainly, we're not going to get caught out again. We were on the front foot throughout, and Briton Ferry never really got their rhythm going throughout the whole game. This was certainly the outstanding performance we put in this season. Stands alongside anything we've done in the Adran Premier. So let's go through it, shall we? Straight from the kickoff, we set the tone, getting forwards and pressing on their edge, their area. Quick Phoebe Davis throw in. This is after about 15 seconds. The ball's helped on nicely by Iddenden, who it's nudged on again to Cairns, and then to Lily Jones, who just can't quite get her shot off. This is all happening on the edge of the box, and Briton Ferry are pressed in. In the third minute, Fuller with a tremendous ball down the right channel. Hughes bursting after a terrific pace, one-on-one, but the defender can't reach her. She's not the best angle, it's down the right channel. She strikes the shot well, keeper does well to keep her standing and hold on to it. And almost immediately from the keeper releasing the ball, Wrexham coming at them again. Iddenden working a really nice 1-2 with Hughes, and Iddenden from almost the same spot as Hughes, driving in a shot which the keeper has to parry away. 6th minute, Iddenden getting the ball 25 yards out, driving a terrific shot which the keeper does well to get across and save. And then soon after that, it's Cairns with a tremendous run through midfield and through pass, looking for Iddenden, and it's just too strong for her to get there ahead of the keeper. Wrexham piling it on. Really impressive. Cairns driving things brilliantly in midfield. The passing out from the back by Fuller is terrific. Craven's distribution is causing problems as well. Cara Jones is full of industry on the left-hand side, and the two strikers, Iddenden and Hughes, are really looking sharp and making all sorts of runs and causing problems. It's no huge shock when the breakthrough comes in the 11th minute. Fuller feeding it to Cara Jones. Jones on the left flank, turning it around and going. The number of times she did that. I mean, it's something she does, but she was so good at it and did it so often this time. Just first time turning it around the corner straight to the feet of her teammate. This time she picks out Cairns. Cairns helps her onto Iddenden through the middle, and she drives the goal confidently past the keeper Young, and Wrexham are a goal up. Iddenden scoring for 3 games in a row. She's had issues with one-on-ones in the last few games, but this was a lovely, confident finish. And we continue to carry on like that. Great pass again by Iddenden when she drops off deep, and we've got 2 players racing through the middle on the goalkeeper. Unfortunately for us, the pass just gets away from Lily Jones, can't quite control it properly, and the chance goes. But yeah, she and Cairns running on the keeper, and the pass just that fraction ahead of her. Doesn't matter, because 2 minutes later Lily Jones has got a goal. And if you think about the gods of football, are they saying, yeah, miscontrol that one? because then play will go in a different direction and 2 minutes later you'll get your reward. She does get her reward. A heavy touch in the Wrexham half by Maya Owen, and Phoebe Davis gets a really good foot in to prod it to Cara Jones. She again helps it round the corner, Iddenden trying to get there ahead of the keeper, and Young does well to get out of the box and get there first and clear it, but she clears it to Lily Jones, and we know what she's got in her locker, don't we? She brings it down about 40 yards out and just lifts it into the net, no problem. This is one of her sensational Lily Jones specials. Brilliant goal, absolutely sensational goal. 16 minutes gone, and frankly the game has gone, because Briton Ferry were never really threatened to be a side that's going to get 2 goals against us. It's constant pressure. We carry on again. A terrific first-time ball down the right by Fuller. Picks out Lily Jones, and she hits a powerful shot, which is held well. Then there's a moment of threat at the other end. Halfway through the half, Walkley with the free kick. She rips a beauty in as well. It hits the inside of the left post and ricochets powerfully across the face and away. But I think this opening stage, for me, one of the things that sums up how well we did. We had 2 spells where players were off the pitch getting treatment. First, Phoebe Davis with a sickening head blow, but she was able to come back on eventually. And then Lily Jones. And in both those periods, when we got 10 players, we continue to press ferociously with intensity and spend those periods in and around Briton Ferry's penalty area. Even though we're a player short, we continue to pummel them. Absolutely tremendous to watch. We carve out another opportunity when Lily Jones rips a tasty corner in from the left hand side. Young comes, misses it completely, and luckily for her nobody can stretch and get there in front of the empty net. Then it's again Cairns with a super run from deep and a really well timed pass. He's got Cara Jones who's come inside, ending up in the right channel even though she's playing left wing back, offering. Cairns just carries it the right length of time and plays it in so that she's able to pick it up and pop it straight back to Cairns. Cairns sort of makes Cara Jones' decision for her. She just puts it on her plate and says, look at that, look at where I'm going, just play it back first time. Cara Jones obliges, and Cairns races in. Young again, very quick off the line, just about beats her to it at her feet. Then Craven joining in, great clearance through the middle. Well, clearance, it's a pass. Hughes one-on-one, surging through the middle. Superb recovery by Robert Richardson, who sort of overtakes her defenders and manages to get back and make a fantastic tackle on Hughes, coming out of nowhere. And then a couple of minutes later, again Wrexham causing problems for Briton Ferry with a terrific direct passing move at the back. It's all one touch. It's wonderful. Davis with an interception. Cara Jones again round the corner. Iddenden, lovely little pass again herself round the corner to Cairns. Cairns feeds it down the left channel. Hughes is running into the box again. Desperate tackle by Jenkins. Denies her as she's pulling the trigger. There's some funny stuff as well. I'm sort of reluctant in a way to say this, but I'm going to, because Laura May Walkley is a very good player for Briton Ferry, but she does get a bit unhappy sometimes, shall we say, and she's been involved in a few little physical things and dissent with the ref, and then, well, she goes into a challenge which ends up with Davis getting hit in the head with her arm. To be fair, I think that's a fair challenge for the ball. I think that's unfortunate, although worrying when it's Davis who'd banged her head once already. But as the ball bounces away, she goes studs up in on Fuller, who luckily evades it. Fuller is not happy. The referee doesn't give a booking, just a free kick, but Walkley by now is in a bad mood. She's in an even worse mood in added time, which is 3 minutes after this challenge, when a corner from Richardson finds Walkley and she hits the target, but Davis gets it off the line. Soon afterwards, Davis involved going forwards, feeding it down the left to Iddenden. She pops it inside, and again it's Cara Jones turning it round the corner. Hughes bursting into the box. Jenkins manages to dispossess her, but Hughes won't give up. Dispossesses her as Jenkins tries to run out for a goal kick. Gets inside her. Jenkins makes a desperate tackle, and I think it's a penalty. Rosie Hughes certainly thinks it's a penalty. She lunges and sort of gets a contact on the ball with the outside of her leg. It's not much of a contact, but her trailing leg, for me, goes right through the back of Rosie Hughes. And I don't think the referee would hesitate on a halfway line. It's a foul. but in the box, decides not. So anyway, Wrexham 2 up at half-time, and very good value for it. Early in the second half, we're at it again. Craven finding Hughes, who decides to defend as all-rounder as he surges through the middle to try a long-range lob from about 35 yards. Keeper is okay, though. It doesn't get over her, and she's able to watch the bounce and catch it on the line. But we continue. 10 minutes into the half, another great move. Again, it's Cara Jones popping it round the corner. Hughes giving it back to her on her left-hand side. She heads it inside. Lily Jones, lovely little pass round the corner. Cairns drives it across the face of goal. Iddenden lunging in. Just can't quite reach it in front of the gaping goal. Pritchard keeps the move around, feeds it back in. Iddenden still in and around the 6-yard box, makes decent contact, but can't quite wrap her foot around it enough, and it goes flying off wide. And then within moments, Wrexham get a corner. Short corner, comes to nothing. Lily Jones then, a nice little disguised pass, reverse into the path of Cairns in the box. She drives the ball in. It hits the keeper. It was quite an odd one. The defender's lunging across Young, and so I don't think she sees it till very late. It hits her, drops loose to Fuller, 6 yards out. Fuller smashes it with power, again, straight at the keeper, and it hits her chest and ricochets in off the post, and Wrexham have a deserved 3-0 lead. Fuller again, just like Iddenden, scoring in 3 games in a row. But this seems to push Walkley a bit further. She's involved in a few more incidents. She clatters into Craven when the ball has been in her hand for quite a while. She goes in a bit late on Gibbard, and then she has a little nip at Fuller after the free kick. A free kick to Wrexham has been given. Again, Fuller sensibly isn't tempted into retaliating, but again says to the ref, "Are you going to do something about it?" She doesn't seem to accept the sort of making up handshake from Walkley, and yeah, she's just simmering and simmering. Sharp comes on for Phoebe Davis, who has another 65 minutes under her belt and a really assured performance. Then Fuller again gets clattered late, really late by Walkley, and eventually the yellow card does come out for her. Suddenly she calms herself down. 20 minutes left to make a couple more changes. Lily Jones had treatment, like I said, she comes off. So too does Rebecca Pritchard. Amber Lightfoot and Ava Suckley come on, and they both inject a little bit of energy into Wrexham. The game's done, really, but they are lively. Soon after that, another chance. Hughes on the left, feeding it inside Cairns, keeping it moving. Iddenden from just outside the box, drilling in a powerful shot that goes just over. Then it's Cara Jones working it on to Iddenden. She plays it into the left channel. Suckley does well to sidestep her marker and then stabs a shot across the keeper that goes just wide of the right post. 2 minutes left, just after one of my favourite little moments of the game, where Wrexham have a throw-in in front of the Briton Ferry dugout, and Cara Jones goes to take it, sees there's not many people ahead of her, so she leaves it and gets down the line. And the Briton Ferry manager very deliberately gestures to his watch as if to say, "Ref, time wasting, we're 3-0 down. We've only had 2 shots on goal. There's 2 minutes left. Surely you're going to book it for time wasting." I don't think it was necessary to say that to the ref, to be honest. A minute later, like I said, Wrexham have another opportunity. Iddenden finding Suckley on the left, helps her onto Cara Jones. She whips in the cross. Iddenden attacks it. She's done well to make her way into the box, but it just gets stuck under her feet as she's trying to score from 6 yards out. She does dig out a shot, but it's well blocked. And the last minute, last thing to report, Erin Lovett comes on. Doesn't have much to do because the game is over soon afterwards, and there was Nat Clark who came off, and Wrexham have enjoyed a magnificent win, a brilliant win, which brings us to win 2 points for Briton Ferry, makes the top 4 suddenly a lot closer to us. Let's just see if we can build on this. 2 cup games to come. Can we build momentum in those and return to the league with a 5-game winning streak? That's what I think. That's got to be the ambition, hasn't it, really, as we look to really turn this season round. Right, performances. Lizzie Craven didn't really have any saves to make. Like I said, there was a shot to hit the inside of the post and a free kick, a brilliant free kick. She couldn't do anything about that. And a shot cleared off the line. There was nothing that really troubled her. Her distribution was very good, though. She really gets that ball moving. The centre-backs, Nat Clark again, right-sided centre-back, rock solid, did well. Moving the ball on nicely. She had a couple of good little physical confrontations, and she's a strong tackler and she comes out of it well. Liv Fuller really set the tone from the start. There are a number of players you could point at as player of the match, and he is one of the contenders. Fuller defensively was excellent, kept her cool when Walkley was provoking her, and her passing was excellent. Really progressive passing, starting moves off, getting players in behind the defence. We were really finding spaces in their defence, and we were hitting balls into those channels, and she was chief among the players who did that. An excellent performance by her. Phoebe Davis, brilliant to see her get 63 minutes in. She got a bit of a battering, but she stood up to it as she always does. Left-sided centre-back, used the ball extremely well, was not troubled. Maya Owen is a really good young player, and she was fantastic when we lost to Briton Ferry at their place. She didn't get any change out of Phoebe Davis. She was excellent. The wing-backs, on the right-hand side, Rebecca Pritchard didn't get as many balls in the box as you normally expect, but again was a good, solid defensive figure. Had no problems down that side of the pitch at all, to be frank, and moved the ball on nicely. I've seen a higher profile than that, but it was a good, solid job. Player of the match for me is Cara Jones. Actually, absolutely at her effervescent best. She was up and down, coming inside, often as a target. Her passing, her progressive passing, flicking it accurately on the corner was superb. I just loved it. I thought that was a brilliant performance by Cara Jones. And like I said, I'm saying she's a player of the match, and there's a lot of very, very fine performances to choose from. In the centre of midfield, Maddie Gibbard took a bit more of a withdrawn role, and it was good. She was quietly and calmly controlling the game, and I liked that. She was a continuity passer, kept the ball going. Good, solid shift. Lily Jones, again, terrific. Not quite the heights of last week, but then that was an unbelievable performance. But she did so many good things. In that more advanced position, she runs into dangerous positions. She gets a header to strikers, which is great. She gets shots off. She scored a goal in a million, and she's always got her head up and looking to play that killer pass. Great stuff from Lily. Really, really was. And also in midfield, and another, like Lily Jones, another contender for player of the match. I thought Brooke Cairns was terrific. Great footwork. When she's in tight areas, and that's something that delighted me about Wrexham. In the past we've been just a bit off with our accuracy of passing, just enough to not let the move continue. Well, here we were good, and you can find Cairns in tight areas, and she's got the good feet, and she'll move it on accurately. But those driving runs as well, just to create chances. I thought Cairns was terrific. Popped up in a couple of good shooting positions as well. Up front, right, another contender for player of the match, Idendon. Dropping off, finding space. Again, she's so good. It's so difficult to get off the ball when she drops off and back to goal. Those little turns are terrific. She gets a goal again as well, and she was a real threat. She could have had more. Oh yeah, Idendon is a quality addition to the squad. And another contender for player of the match. She didn't get a goal, but Rosie Hughes, her energy, she set the tone from the start. She's chasing everything. She's tackling centre-backs, won't give a moment's peace. She's constantly making those runs through the middle, outpacing the centre-backs. She's bringing people in really well. A great performance by Rosie Hughes, who deserved a goal. Didn't get one, but hey, this was a treat to watch. Players off the bench, of course, Suckley, like I said, and Lightfoot made a good impact. Lightfoot put a couple of good crosses in. Suckley was very energetic in that more withdrawn role we've been trying her with this season, but she still gets up the pitch and gets shots off. She managed to get herself booked as well for a little bit of a naughty tackle right at the end of the game. And Katie Sharp came on and didn't have that much to do defensively, as indeed did Lovett. They're coming on quite late on, but yeah. It was a great performance, that, and brilliant character. They've had a rough start to the season, and one of those frustrating things. I must admit, I was worried that you see teams often who start the season playing well but not getting the results, and you keep saying it'll come, but there's always that worry in your head that if it doesn't start coming, heads drop, and suddenly you start playing badly, and then you're in trouble. I never thought we were going to be in trouble as such. I think the bottom two are pretty much cast in stone, but yeah, they've come through that little wobble. 3 wins in a row now, and yeah, they're looking very, very good. And this crazy league, who knows, maybe we're going to have a little bit to play in it as well. So, with a final score of Wrexham 3, Briton Ferry 0, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.
Yn y brif adran Genero I Eva Suckley.
Os oedd rhywun ar Wrexham yn ei gol, Eifa Suckley, oedd yn wedi gwybod galon.
Miaggio